Okay guys, the Corsair Graphite 600T White Edition. Now this is a mid-tower case and it fits EATX and ATX form factors. So it has four 5.25 inch drive bays. It has 6 3.5 inch or 2.5 inch drive bays. It has 8 expansion slots. Now you can actually put this in place of the side window. It's just a matter of removing a number of screws and you can put this in instead. So it comes with all the necessary screws to install the fans and install this panel. So if you're going to go for air cooling instead of water cooling, you could go for this high airflow side panel, because for 120mm fans blowing straight onto your motherboard and graphics cards is exceptional cooling. So I have this case sitting right next to the Corsair Obsidian 800D just to give you an idea of the size difference. You can certainly fit a good high-end build in this case. You won't have any problems at all with multiple graphics cards and a large amount of hard drives and things. Okay, so we got 4 USB 2, we got audio out, microphone in, USB 3, firewire, and a hard drive LED indicator, power button, reset button. Now these feel really good. Everything from Corsair, you can just rely on the fact that it's going to be extremely high quality and well designed. These have a similar feel to the button on the Obsidian 800D, just very firm. Fan controller here controls 4 fans, up to 4 fans. Okay, so the front panel. Now this is actually all plastic around here. Plastic here, the black, the white is all plastic across the top here. Plastic down the side, and now the side panels are aluminium. And then you've got this black plastic down here as well. So there is a lot of plastic in this case. Now that's not a bad thing at all. It actually makes it a very light case. Corsair logo down there. Now this is easily removed. You just push on it, clips out, and you've got a 200mm white LED fan right there. Now you can only install a 200mm fan there. You've just got to leave that one. You can't fit any other fans in in that spot. Okay, so that's dust filtered. It's got a mesh on it. Okay, so while I'm at the front here, let's just have a look at the accessories. We've got a product guide, catalogue, keys. I'll show you what they're for in a second. They're obviously for locking the case, but I'll show you where. Quick start guide, a number of cable ties, and we've got all the necessary screws for mounting hard drives, fans, motherboard, optical drives. Now these latches, excellent idea, great design. The whole case is a toolless design. Okay, so these things, they might look a bit flimsy, but they certainly are not. The design is excellent, they're high quality, and they've got a very sturdy feel to them. They work very well. They're very durable, and they're going to last a long time. They're spring loaded and the spring is quite firm. Okay, so this whole top panel here, this black part comes off. Okay, so as you can see, there's another 200mm white LED fan there in the top. That's where you lock the case. Now, this is the cool part. You can actually remove this 200mm fan, and in its place you can put 2 120mm fans, and you can actually fit a 240mm radiator here. So just a quick look at the inside of the side panel. So you can see there's the screws so that you can remove the window and put that other mesh panel in its stead. There's the inside of the latches. And the side panels aren't flat. I'll just film from this. So you can see they bulge outwards, which gives them, gives the case internal a lot of extra room, particularly on the back panel where you need to do your cable management. Okay, so here's all the hard drive bays. So you've got 3 there and 3 there. Now these are separate. You can actually remove either the top one or the bottom one and put it over here. Yeah, it just bolts straight on here with the thumb screws, locks straight into here. Very quick and easy to remove either of those across to here. Now that might be for the sake of fitting in extra long graphics cards, or you just might want the different configuration for the way it looks or whatever. Just a little extra here. I think it's rather pointless. You can see you can actually adjust it. It's just a little like bracket to hold the power supply in place. So plenty of ventilation to the power supply, and that white that you can see through the mesh is actually a very fine dust filter, and it just clips out here. It's very difficult to remove, so there we go. So there it is there. Easy to clean. Okay, so these locking mechanisms on the optical bays, another excellent design. So all you do to unclip them, you just pull that up, and then to clip them you just push that down again. Very simple, durable, excellent design. Quite impressed with that. So you can see you remove the optical, the 5.25 inch drive bay covers from the inside there. Okay, so cable management, we've got 8 cutouts with grommets in them in total. Strategically placed, there's your power supply cables, front panel connectors, SATA cables, PCI Express, motherboard, power, and optical drive bay cables, or 5.25 inch bay cables. So well thought out. And then you've also got this cutout in case you move one of these hard drive bays down into that extra spot that you've got down there. Massive cutout to get to the back of the motherboard. Now I've measured 40mm down to those standoffs there from the top of the inside of the case. So basically you can fit approximately a 35mm radiator max. I measured about 105mm from these standoffs across to here, so it allows you plenty of extra room for long graphics cards and motherboards such as the Rampage III Extreme. Now down the bottom here you can see, sorry about the lighting by the way, EATX motherboard comes to here, top of the power supply comes to here, so you've actually got 40mm there. Okay, so at the back of the case you've got a 120mm fan. That fan comes included. 2 extra large water cooling cutouts. You'll easily fit 1/2 inch tubing through those. You've got 8 expansion slots. Okay, so just a quick look from the back of the case. Okay, so the back panel's off. And now we can have a good look at the back of the motherboard tray. Oh, so I actually missed that cutout there when I was looking from the inside, but that's obviously for the EPS CPU power connector. So that gap up there is actually for the 200mm fan to stick out of, but that'll allow you some extra cable routing. So there is heaps of room back here for cable management, there is no doubt about that. You can see there's all the backs of the hard drive bays there, and I'll just try and give you an idea of how much room there actually is. It's difficult to see it because remember the side panel actually bulges out. So I've just got a ruler here. I'm going to try and get a couple of measurements. So where it says 30, that's actually 40 because you can see there's 10mm at the start of the ruler. So yeah, approximately 40mm of space between the motherboard tray and the back panel. And that's really the minimum, I think. You know, it does taper down on the edges, but you've got even more behind the hard drive base. Okay, so there's all the cables there. Now it's a USB 3 pass-through, unfortunately. So there's the pass-through bracket right there. So you can see where the fan controller connects up there. You can see the 4 3-pin cables coming out of that. And they're all ready to go right here. And they've actually included a male to female adapter on each of them. Now I just wanted to have a look at the bottom of the case as well. So I'm very impressed with this case. The design is excellent, the quality is right up there. You can certainly rely on that with anything that comes from Corsair, and this case is no exception. There is a lot of plastic in the case, but it really doesn't bother me because it makes it lighter. And as I said, you know, there might be plastic, but it doesn't mean the quality is lacking. So even though it's a mid-tower case, the possibilities of the builds that you could do into this thing are just endless. You know, there's plenty of room. It's been perfectly designed to fit high-end hardware. I would really love to do a build into this thing at some stage, and I actually got the case with full intentions of doing that. So that concludes my review of the Corsair Graphite 600T White Edition. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.